What's good, everyone, and welcome to the premiere episode of Big Brain Soup, where we gather our dumb little brains, come together to talk, stir it up, and just make some big brain soup. I'm your host, Jay Mad, and I've got a 35th birthday coming up on April 14th, so I've been thinking a lot about the last 35 years, not just in my life, but in all of life in general. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the last 35 years. So let's go all the way back to 1989. When a British scientist named Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web. And thank fucking God that he did. Because I wasn't trying to be reincarnated into another poor life again without at least having the luxury of the internet and Google to answer all my important questions. Important questions like, does this tummy ache require end-of-life care? Or does the 5-day, 40-hour work week really kill all my hopes and dreams? The answer is yes. Does. But before Google was misdiagnosing people, we had a huge communication breakthrough. The very first text message was sent in 1992 saying Merry Christmas to a Vodafone. You know those Vodaphones and big ass bricks that you could smash with a sledgehammer and they'd still work. They'd survive any natural disaster, including the worst natural disaster of all time, the earthquakes of the tri-state area on April 5th. Prayers to the chairs. Word on the street is that after he sent that Merry Christmas text, he went home later that night and he sent another text. He didn't want nobody to know about this. He was like, you up? And thus, the very first person was conceived from a text message. Now, we've seen 56K dial-up modems turn into broadband and fiber optics. We've seen social gatherings turn to social media. We've seen the house phone evolve into the iPhone. And still, with all this communication, we still can't properly communicate with each other. Like her, I asked her, you okay? She said, I'm fine. I'm fine. I know she's not fine, so I'll give her 2 or 3 weeks. I'll revisit, and we'll never talk about it again, and nothing will be solved. You know, 35 years ago, if you wanted to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right, you'd go out into the real world and you'd find them. Now, if you want to meet Mrs. Right, you just swipe right, and they're probably wrong anyway. If you wanted to rent a movie back in the day, you'd go to Blockbuster. Now we have Netflix. And remember when your parents told you not to get into a car with strangers? Now we do that every day when we go into Uber and Lyft. And remember watching Nickelodeon with such innocence, not realizing why there were so many goddamn feet on the screen? Now we know. We had no clue. We had no clue, Blue. And who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Where's Steve? This is ridiculous. We also went through one of the biggest tragedies of all time, when the trade centers fell. Well, that too, that was bad too. But I'm talking about the trade center on your phone, you know, because now everybody trades stocks on their phones because the market's mobile, and we all have access to see our finances go down the drain in real time. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, isn't it? I'm still holding on to my cancer coin now. It's down 70%, but it's coming back, bro. Cancer's coming back. Well, that doesn't really help me, though, with buying a house either. Because back in 1989, the median house price was $95,000. Now it's over $400,000. The purchasing power of the dollar is like 1/5 of what it used to be, and the middle class is essentially dead. But don't worry, bro. Don't worry. You could still go to New York City and rent out a doghouse for $2,500 a month. Just don't bark in it because there's no pets allowed. It's crazy. And AI is on the rise, and it might take over a lot of jobs. Up to 300 million jobs could be affected by AI, including food service workers and, graphic designers and customer service. But I personally love the AI chatbot. You can ask it anything. Hey, AI, make me a picture of a dolphin with a leopard skin drinking coffee. Ha! That's good, right? That's good. Show me aliens at the Great Pyramids. Awesome. Also, you can do anything stupid. It's some loser eating a spinach pie with his cats or something like that. That's not AI. That's the real. Who did that? Who put that up? You put that up? And hey, put that cigarette out! Why are we smoking cigarettes inside? This is not 35 years ago when you're sitting in a diner and you're baking out the place, all right? We're a lot more health conscious these days. Trust me. I eat kale and quinoa now. And because everything is so readily available through Uber Eats, we're more likely to find these options. But it does get a little expensive. But if you know anything about me, you know that if there's one thing I'm gonna do on a random Wednesday night, is treat myself to a healthy meal on Uber Eats. You're fucking fired, dude. You're fucking fired. I swear, cut the speed.